The Life and War of Salah ad-Din al-Ayyubi, the Conqueror of Jerusalem. Chapter 1. The early life of Salah ad-Din Yusuf ibn Ayyub, known in the West as Saladin, was born in 1137 in Tikrit, a town on the Tigris River. His father Ayyub and his uncle Shirkuh were Kurdish soldiers who served under the Seljuk ruler Imad ad-Din Zengi. Growing up in a military family, young Saladin was immersed in the arts of war and governance from an early age. His family moved to Baalbek and then to Damascus, where Saladin received his education, studying the Quran, the Hadith, and Islamic jurisprudence. Chapter 2. The Rise to Power. Saladin's rise to power began under the service of Nur ad-Din, Zengi's son. He first distinguished himself during military campaigns in Egypt against the Crusaders and the Fatimid Caliphate. In 1169, Saladin was appointed as the Vizier of Egypt, a position that allowed him to consolidate power. When Nur ad-Din died in 1174, Saladin took advantage of the power vacuum, uniting Egypt and Syria under his control, thus founding the Ayyubid dynasty. Chapter 3. The Vision of Jihad. Saladin was driven by a vision to unify the Muslim world and to recapture Jerusalem from the Crusaders. He emphasized the concept of jihad, not only as a religious duty but also as a means to strengthen Muslim unity. Saladin's charisma and piety inspired many, and he managed to gather a large and loyal following. His strategic marriages and alliances further solidified his power base across the region. Chapter 4. The Battle of Hattin. In 1187, Saladin launched a campaign to retake Jerusalem. His most significant victory came at the Battle of Hattin on July 4, 1187. Utilizing his knowledge of the terrain and superior tactics, Saladin's forces encircled and decimated the Crusader army near the Sea of Galilee. The victory at Hattin was pivotal, as it effectively broke the military strength of the Crusader states in the Levant. Chapter 5. The Conquest of Jerusalem. Following his victory at Hattin, Saladin marched towards Jerusalem. The city had been under Crusader control since 1099, and its recapture was a major symbolic and strategic goal. On October 2, 1187, after a short siege, Saladin entered Jerusalem. Unlike the Crusaders' brutal conquest 88 years earlier, Saladin's entry was marked by mercy and tolerance. He allowed the Christians to leave the city peacefully, and he protected the holy sites, including the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. Chapter 6. The Third Crusade. The fall of Jerusalem shocked Europe and prompted the launch of the Third Crusade, led by King Richard the Lionheart of England, King Philip II of France, and Emperor Frederick I of the Holy Roman Empire. The ensuing conflict was fierce, with notable battles such as the Siege of Acre and the Battle of Arsuf. Despite being adversaries, Saladin and Richard the Lionheart developed a mutual respect. Their conflict ended in 1192 with the Treaty of Jaffa, which allowed Christians to pilgrimage to Jerusalem while the city remained under Muslim control. Chapter 7. The Legacy of Saladin. Saladin's legacy extends beyond his military achievements. He is remembered for his chivalry, kindness, and wisdom. His fair treatment of conquered peoples and his dedication to justice and mercy won him admiration even from his enemies. Saladin's efforts to unite the Muslim world and his success in recapturing Jerusalem made him a revered figure in Islamic history. Chapter 8. The Final Years. After the Third Crusade, Saladin continued to consolidate his rule and strengthen his empire. However, his health began to decline. On March 4, 1193, Saladin passed away in Damascus at the age of 55. He left behind a vast empire but little personal wealth, having given much of it away to his people. Chapter 9. The Enduring Influence. Saladin's life and wars have left an indelible mark on history. He remains a symbol of courage, leadership, and Islamic unity. His legacy is celebrated in both Eastern and Western traditions, and his story is a reminder of the potential for nobility and honor in warfare. Chapter 10. Lessons from Saladin. Saladin's life teaches us the importance of unity, compassion, and strategic vision. His ability to lead by example, to inspire loyalty, and to show mercy to his enemies sets a high standard for leadership. His story continues to inspire leaders and scholars, serving as a beacon of what can be achieved through perseverance, intelligence, and a commitment to justice.